Mott was called away yesterday, to Musgrave Harbor. See an old sick aunt. Comes back today to see somebody who has been on my boat. They broke the door off of my locker, and they were out on the water with her. Used half a tank of fuel. So you weren't here yesterday. Didn't Mott just say that? Wherever it was had her though, unicoat. Of her. She's back safe and sound. Nobody in the marina saw the boat go out? No. Everybody here is gone by dawn, and nobody's back until after dark. Nobody saw a thing. What is your friend at? He is looking for a missing watch. If it is anywhere within balmy feet, you'll leave it. A watch? It's a funny thing for a detective to be chasing. It was taken from the wrist of a murdered man. So you telling me someone stole my boat to do a killer? Mott can tell you, you're not going to find a watch on my boat. Well, Ojinfuno, maybe not, but what you do have is a murder weapon, or Sigand. Sterling pointed to a missing spear from Bob's inventory. Inventory. Dr. Anomaly, you've come bearing gifts. There was one spear missing from the tour boat's inventory, and Mort met. Pretty sure it'd be a match the one you used to kill. Von Bluster, let's go, bud. Boat owner, Dottie asked. Wait, Onleby. Well, Mott checked his story. He did visit a sick relative up in Musgrave Harbor, and says still, why that boat? And how did the killer know that it would be free? Yeah, that is a good question. Mott will do a deep dive into the owner. In the meantime, Corrigan. Mott, Barnaby a simple paper finance. Thought it'd be a simple paper trail. You know, the wife inherits everything, making her the perfect suspect. Mott sends a buck coming up. I could find any finances. What you saying? He is broke? No, attention, his money must be hidden. Quite possibly in cryptocurrency, onting a bitais. So stealing Von Bluster's money is the motive. They'd be looking to access his crypto accounts. Exactly. But you need a key to access the account. Moldite, a my 2-digit hexadecimal access code. Von Bluster's business partner said he was a Luddite. Oselaitui, Isimai Kuhit, Idesmenodon, who would remember along the fat of Limitavi, which means he hid it somewhere. Somewhere. He'd keep close Heimui 2 Trenbai, Utiop 10. Von Bluster's watch, Unilis again, then having it engraved inside, something never leave your wrist, except when you sleep. That never, when you sleep. Now the question is, Omnibi, do the person who stole the watch know the real value of what they were stealing? And, if they did, who could have known about the crypto code hidden inside it? Von Bluster was technologically averse, honest all over it. Mothinkwar, Madame Vesp. Vex might be worth another visit. She should still be at the hotel. Guamu. The Viper S, Venom, and the Vanishing Watch, Oting Nazikent, still ensconced in her plush hotel suite, greeted Sterling with a practiced, icy smile. Kuchinutais. Money might be the motive for Baron von Bluster's murder, quite Ishkimtokarins. Now, we believe he might have hidden it in cryptocurrency. Of course, Alpt arrange it. Baron von Bluster was useless with tech. Mott even had to set up cell phones for him and Lady Ophelia on Pichu key, engraved inside his wallet. No. Mott always wondered where he kept the key. It makes sense, Oninatized. He never took it off. And then Mott told him when he gets his code. Keep it safe. And to never tell anyone what it is. Do you know anyone he might have told? He never trusted anyone with all the information Ophelia may have known. Maud never fully understood their relationship. How about Professor Quentin Quibble, the software developer Epper, looking for funding? Maud thought the deckhand killed Baron von Blaster. Professor Quibble, was he even on the boat when the murder happened? Well, of Loshley. Of Avignon. You know what, detective, on drumming eyes. Maud can do to help you. Baron von Blaster made a lot of enemies, and he did it for years before Mott met him. Sometimes Mott even thought that he should be watching his back in his own home. What do you mean? Went Ophelia. It's just a feeling. He always treated her badly. But during those last few meetings with Professor Quentin Quibble, onting a bit. For Professor Quibble, you saying you think she was having an affair. More don't know. I should have said anything. Go information. What do we have? A forensics report came back on the spear gun used to kill Baron von Bluster. It had Bowie Bob estate prints on it. But nobody else. Test that still does explain why the killer chose Bob's boat. No, what Mott found out. Boy. Bob Binnacle. Does he just operate a tour boat? He is also the cousin of Professor Quentin Quibble, the software engineer, and someone who would have known about the family emergency in Musgrave Harbor. We Luglung pick up Professor Quibble, what he has to say for himself. Oh, by the way, can you find a connection between Professor Quibble and Baron von Bluster? Swife. Okay, would have a question. Is this one of those cases where there are far too many suspects? Mott, want you guys to know, Mott hate those cases. We all do. Let us take one of them off the table. Yeah, what he said. What is it, buddy? Contali barked. A deep, resonant sound that reverberated through the hotel corridor. Sterling followed his gaze, which was fixed on Professor Quibble's door. Professor Quibble. Port Faultley PD. We here to question you with the death of Baron von Bluster. Sterling and Dottie entered to find Professor Quibble slumped over his desk, a spear sticking out of his back, or temperature of the body. Mott estimate he was killed less than a couple of hours ago. So, even if Professor Quibble killed Baron von Bluster, he probably wasn't working alone. But if he was part of the murder, why kill him? Well, I ability as of now. He's a dead end. Speaking of dead ends, since Skipper Selby could have been involved in Professor Quibble's murder, his lawyer just got him released. Oh, in an Umsa Hall, potential suspect out on the street. When we haven't had a hit on the watch at Selby's apartment, or Madame Vex's hotel room, or even here at Professor Quibble's office. Just a thought. Do you think he might be becoming a bit watch obsessed? Someone has that watch. Someone else is ready to kill for it. Dottie, Mentine, can you take another look at Professor Quibble? Well, he might be right. Motvy been going through Professor Quibble's text messages. There's one from Lady Ophelia. Von Bluster. Bluster sent a couple minutes after Professor Quibble left the meeting. What? Yeah, she says. The timing is good. Mott met not sure what that means. Bin Bahn von Bluster. For Professor Quibble to move in on Baron von Bluster. Winifison. So what do we think? Sterling asked. That she set up the murder? Maybe. And if she did, she'd probably kill Professor Quibble to silence him. Mott Luklung bring her in, wanting attized. Though elegant, appeared genuinely distraught. Ennaby, Intlease. Mott told you, Mott to know who killed my husband. How well did you know Professor Quentin Quibble? Oh, not at all. He was on the yacht a few times, but Mott didn't really